All right, this week in gaming. This week in gaming. Ugh. This week in gaming. Good job, Evie. I was hoping she would say something. She talks all the time. Gaming news. All right, I see some people have redeemed some eggs. You better not egg me. I'll be really upset if you do. It is June 15th, 2025. You know, one thing I was hoping that we would have by now was the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy cards. They're not here yet, unfortunately. They're literally coming tomorrow, so we might get a special stream where I unbox that entire box. But until then, we will have to just deal without. Let's get into some wins and fails. We have Evil Eye, Monster Mac, Unpopular Union, Hefty Handheld, and Sorrowful Sun. Oh, that is so many eggs. How many points do you guys have? Let's get right into the news. That's right, Kezi. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the fail. We've all seen it. We all know. MindsEye, come on. What is there to say that hasn't been said already? This game fucking sucks. There's absolutely nothing redeeming about it. And it's got a generic story, performance issues, fatal bugs, and a linear design. This may be the worst attempt at cutting into GTA 6, or just GTA's market share in general, ever, of all time. Many are comparing it to Cyberpunk 2077, but I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's true. Cyberpunk has always had potential to be a great game. It just launched in an unfinished state. Okay, that was rude. Get them, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. This game does not have that problem. Even without all the issues, without the bugs, the story and world building are weak, with little enjoyment to be had in the gameplay. There's literally nothing there at all. Like, Cyberpunk at least had parts where you were like, I can see the vision. I don't see the vision here at all. I don't have the mind's eye, dude. I don't have it. Wasted talent. Director Leslie Benzies, isn't that like a drug? It sounds like a drug. Like, let's pop some Benzies real quick. Was the former president of Rockstar North, working on some of their best games. With such extensive knowledge of producing in this very genre, it's a wonder how MindsEye turns out so uninspired and stale. It's really impressive because if you look at his works, he worked on Grand Theft Auto 3 as a producer, Grand Theft Auto Vice City as a producer, Manhunt, I guess, San Andreas as a producer, Liberty City Stories as a producer, Vice City Stories as a producer, Grand Theft Auto 4, he's a producer for that, Lost in the Damn Chinatown Wars, The Ballad of Gay Tony, come on, Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, Max Payne 3, GTA 5, and then MindsEye. My guy, what happened between all of that and MindsEye? Where did you go wrong? my only expectation, or my only belief, is that he probably didn't play as much of a role in the actual development of these games as he did in MindsEye, because he was the game director here. This is the first time he was the director. He was just a producer in the other ones. So I think something went wrong. I think this is probably someone who was constantly told that he has great ideas and is extremely talented. So he took his talents and tried to work for himself and realized he's not as talented as people told him. That's the only thing I could come up with, because MindsEye is bad. It's bad. like worse than Concord, worse than X Defiant, worse than, it's like Gollum bad. You know, it's like E.T. bad. It's like even if it released polished with no bugs, it's still not a fun game. It's like, it really looks like a game that came out in 2004. Like, it's graphically, it's good. I'll say it's good graphically. It's got good voice acting. It's got great cutscenes, but I wasn't excited about it. I watched hours of gameplay. I didn't play it myself, but I watched Critical play the game start to finish, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, this is so uninspired. This is so boring. This is so bland. I think there's 6 guns in the game. There's like 6 guns in the game. I have a game that's a prototype that has more guns than that. Oh my gosh. But don't take my word for it. let's compare it to a game that came out 21 years ago. GTA San Andreas versus MindsEye. Which one do you think pushes the boundaries further? Let's take a look.
That's cool.
That's cool. You can blow up a car if you shoot the gas tank. Not very realistic. I think Mythbusters did something about this, but it's fun that there's little, little design elements like that in the game. That's kind of cool. I don't think there's any other games that had something like that. It got hyped as the GTA killer before GTA 6 comes out, but flopped heavily. Yeah, that's the funniest part. People are like, this is gonna beat GTA 6. Not even close, my guy. It can't even beat GTA San Andreas. Check this out. I like how it's immediately choppier, by the way. This game can only run at 20 FPS on any console, any PC. None of the NPCs are reacting to a car blowing up in front of them. This guy doesn't even care! He's like, just another day at Red Rock. That's the name of the city in the game. He doesn't give a shit! He doesn't give a shit! Even, I think in GTA San Andreas, if their car's on fire, they'll all get out, at least. There's fire spread. That's cool. I mean, obviously this game's gonna, MindsEye's gonna have fire spread, right? Like, San Andreas had fire spread. This is the lowest bar. MindsEye's gonna have this feature as well. Watch. See? Yeah, you get damaged by it. Oh, but if you step out, you immediately stop taking damage. I see. It's literally just a trigger box on the fire. There is no fire spread. Like, my game has damage over time fire. If you step in the fire, you literally catch on fire. It's the easiest thing to implement. I can't. This is literally like student project levels of bad. Like, I have seen indie games that have more features than MindsEye. I don't even know what MindsEye is, never heard of it. Oh, you're very lucky then. Apparently a lot of people thought, so this is made by an old producer for the GTA games, and it was supposed to be like, so this guy got outed from Rockstar North. They claimed that he sexually harassed some employees, and he said he didn't. He sued Rockstar and won. So maybe he didn't, but he still got outed, and then he started his own company. He's Scottish. He started a Scottish company, and he made MindsEye, this game. And this was supposed to be a competitor to Rockstar. It's not even a competitor to Saints Row, another game that failed. I mean, that was kind of cool. But dude, the NPCs in this game are fucking stupid. It's worse that some of the work my class is, it's worse than some of the class my work has done. Yeah, that's true. It actually, I fully believe that. I believe that students could create a more competent game than this. Like, and a lot of people will say, oh, the graphics are really good. The graphics are really good in any Unreal Engine game, right? That's like not a good bar anymore. This is amateurish. This literally is almost like I know it's not an asset flip because they made all the assets from the ground up, but it has the soul of an asset flip, right? Like good graphics, assets, no creative vision. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with this game, but it's bad. It's so bad. There's no redeeming it. This company is going bankrupt. Like it's unless they have a lot of money somewhere that they can stay afloat with, they're going bankrupt. They're not going to be able to fix this game. There's nothing they could do to fix this game other than overhaul the whole thing. Overhaul the whole thing. And that's just not going to be financially viable. It's not. This is death. This is death for a studio. They made enough profit to break even. On MindsEye, there's no way. There's no way that's true. I don't believe that for a second. Why? Because refunds are already being offered. I don't believe they're making a profit. It happened to Cyberpunk, and MindsEye should be no different. Sony is issuing refunds for some users despite it going against their cancellation policy. With exceptions like this increasing, it may even end up being delisted entirely. I wouldn't be surprised if so many people are asking for refunds that they'll just be like, listen, this is a liability to have on our marketplace. It's false advertising. It's not a functional product. You have to fix the game first and then release it. I don't know what to tell you. My friend works there, and that's what he was told. That's what he was told. That I guarantee you, the higher ups are lying. they're like, yeah, guys, everything's great. Just keep working. Reviews are good. Reviews are very good. This is a reply from Sony's customer service. They said, got it. I was checking if it was possible to process the refund for you, and I have good news. Usually we are not allowed to process refunds for games that were downloaded because of the PlayStation Store cancellation policy. However, we understand that you are having issues with the game after troubleshooting that you did and that you want to request a refund for it. So we'll do an exception and process your refund as a goodwill gesture on your account. I will process your refund back to your payment method, and you will receive a confirmation email. It'll take 1 to 2 business or billing cycles to post to the statement, blah, blah, blah. Before you proceed with your refund, do you have any further questions? So the game is so bad, this person's like, I can't play it. And they're like, all right, you can have your money back. we would normally not do this, but it's not a functional product. You can have it back. And this isn't the only person. This is just one screenshot of someone who's been doing this. If you ask Sony customer service, you will probably get your money back. Here you go. Oh yeah. Fake sneeze. Fake sneeze. Fake news. Fake sneeze. I thought I was going to sneeze for a second. Anyways, win goes to Cyberpunk. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. CD Projekt Red quest director Paweł Sasko, I don't know if I said that right, tweeted about getting the game running at high graphics settings on the MacBook Pro. This is confirmation of something that I already knew. Gaming on Mac is huge. It's an untapped market, especially for RPGs. I don't know why you're egging this. This is great. Today, my chooms at Apple Park were showing Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition for international press and content creators, running on a MacBook Pro with the M4 Max chip, hitting 120 FPS on ultra settings. That's cool. That's really cool. Mac has been trying to shift over into gaming a little bit more lately, and they have the power to do it. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the MacBook, like the Apple Silicon. It's fucking insane, dude. I remember when the RTX 3080 came out, I think the MacBook the MacBook Pro, like the M1 Pro, was like equivalent to like the RTX 3080, and the MacBook Pro cost $2,000. That's an expensive laptop, but the 3080 cost $1,600 at the time, or like $2,000, something like that. Like because of the shortage. You could buy one GPU, or you could buy the whole laptop and have equivalent power. It's actually a pretty good performance to cost ratio. Like all things considered, Apple's a very expensive brand, but every other computer component's expensive now. So it's actually kind of good. And when I was in college, the reason Infineon, my main project game, started was because I was a college kid wanting to play an RPG on my MacBook, and I didn't have any games that were natively able to run on it. No RPGs, at least. So I was like, I'll make my own. And to this day, I'm still working on it. And eventually we will have a game that students can play on their MacBook natively, M1 or higher. Because it's honestly a very good platform. If you focus on the Metal API, you can actually push that thing pretty substantially. It's not no spring chicken. It's pretty impressive. And it's what I keep trying to tell people, but people sleep on Mac too much. I think that games that focus on that market are gonna have a lot of success. Anyways, moving on to another fail. SAG-AFTRA strike is unsuccessful. After 10 long months of negotiation, SAG reached a tentative deal with major game publishers. The details of the deal have not been announced yet, but we know that AI is the driving force behind most of it. The downside is that many voice actors felt severe financial strains. I mean, 10 months without being able to work is tough, especially when you're a voice actor and you already don't get paid a whole lot. And there's rumors going around. They haven't released the details of the deal, but there are some rumors that they didn't even get the AI stuff that they wanted. So I don't know. I'm really concerned about this. And another issue is pointed out in this hour-long video. I mean, you guys can watch it if you want. It's posted by Mugen. He's been talking a lot about voice actor controversies lately, but he points out how SAG is actually trying to silence some of their creators and keep them lockstep as they continue. They've actually had deals for months now offered to them, and they keep rejecting them, trying to keep it going longer. They're trying to keep people striking. And they had to finally give in here because there's so much pressure. But let's take a quick look at an excerpt from this video.
On Erica's TikTok, a disgruntled fan left this comment saying, "You know what? We'll figure things out for you. You clearly don't give a damn about us or the game.
It's also causing PR relation issues with these voice actors.
You don't deserve it." To which Erica replied with, "Bruh, I'm trying to come back. SAG-AFTRA has been sending threatening letters to us and it's been very complicated. I'm coming back soon. If it had been my choice, I would have been voicing the whole time. Sad face." Yeah, this goes deeper than you think. And I just want to take a second here to remind you that not all voice actors are like Corinna. In fact, the majority isn't. The majority is like Erica. They just haven't said anything because they're scared of SAG-AFTRA, because then they risk getting kicked out of the union or shunned out of the industry.
And they could
but
lose,
Erica was having none of it. She was tired of losing opportunities, and she was tired of voice actors having their reputation get destroyed just because of a handful of very bad apples. One of her fans asked on TikTok, "Does this mean some of the other voice actors will be back in the 5.7 update? By the way, love your work." To which she said, "I think so. SAG-AFTRA has been sending threatening letters, so it's been very difficult to navigate, but they were rude to me, and I'm sick of this shit, so lol." Again, doubling down on the idea that she's been receiving threatening letters from SAG, and that she's sick of this strike. The comments then continued, with her saying, "Thank you guys for loving Venti as much as I do. I'm so sorry the strike has sucked for everyone. We didn't even vote on it." That's a bombshell by itself, by the way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of controversy with SAG-AFTRA as a company. Yeah, so I had desktop audio and Chrome audio on at the same time. I had Chrome audio because I thought I knew that I was going to be playing the videos, but then I ended up turning desktop audio on so it could play Spotify as well. So that's my bad. Sorry, VOD listeners, that's probably going to be annoying. But yeah, so the gist is SAG-AFTRA has been kind of a bully to their voice actors, and that's why I gave it a fail. It's normally, if you look back at my prior VOD history, you'll know that I'm very pro-union. I think that more of these companies or more of these individuals should be joining unions. I praised the Bethesda union. I praised the Overwatch union. I've praised all the other Microsoft unions, and I've also praised the deals that they've been getting. But in this instance, I don't think that this is a good example of a union, or maybe not a good example of union behavior. I'm pretty concerned with it, and after all of this, I'm not even sure if they got the deal that everyone was striking for in the beginning. The reason people are striking is because they want no AI voice acting. They don't want it. I think most consumers don't want it either. I don't want to listen to some AI slop that's supposed to sound like Darth Vader. Like I don't want that. I would much more appreciate the actual art form of voice acting, because I, believe it or not, value it. I think that is a good art form. So I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned. I would like them to win against the whole AI debacle. I think AI should be an option. Like I don't see a problem with someone being willing to give a company the rights to use an AI version of their voice. That's fine. But AI companies should not be able to just like it shouldn't be something that a company could ask from you, right? Or I mean, that's a bad example. When you work with a company, it shouldn't be expected that anything further will be able to be AI generated. So like if you hire me to do 100 lines for the newest Bethesda game, I shouldn't then be expected to be okay with you using those lines to feed into an AI and generate another 1,000 lines, right? Like that's not okay. I feel like that's a massive blow to like the potential work that they have. And that's not okay. That's very concerning. That's I would say one of my biggest concerns with AI right now is is the idea of just full voice synthesis. I think that's going to be a problem. I'm much less against like the whole AI art generation than I am with voice generation. I think it's a much different scenario. Anyways, next slide. Let's go on to a win. Xbox joins the handheld market. Did you guys see this? Xbox has partnered with Asus to unveil the first handheld Xbox console built on the framework of the ROG Ally. It's expected to come out October 2025, so this year, and there will be 2 separate models to choose from. You'll have the Xbox ROG Ally, which is retailing for 599 euros or approximately $692. These are leaks, by the way. This isn't confirmed. It'll have an AMD Ryzen X2A and 512 gigabytes of storage. The Ally X will be 899 euros with 1,039 USD approximately. The CPU for this one, though, will be an AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme, which sounds pretty cool. I have no idea what the performance is, but I love Ryzen. Anything Ryzen's probably going to be good. And the storage will be about 1 terabyte. So that's pretty good. I thought that was canceled like 2 days after the announcement. Not from what I've heard. I don't think this is canceled at all. But maybe there's something I haven't heard. Let's take a look at the trailer. Unfortunately, I do have to mute the audio because it's all copyright stricken. And I know it's copyright because I have this song in one of my playlists. Like, this is a song that I just unironically listen to. Oh, no. So you misunderstood. You misunderstood. I'll explain the misunderstanding after this trailer's over. The visuals are really cool, though. And basically the music's like... It's like really cool. It's actually pretty hype, but we can't play it, unfortunately. Also... Silksong has not been announced yet. There's been no trailer for it. But this leaked Silksong. They openly show Hollow Knight Silksong on Game Pass. I don't believe... Does Silksong have a release date? It doesn't even have a release date. So they've leaked the game. It might come out in October. Who knows? Wait. Literally, Hollow Knight Silksong dev clears up release date confusion after Xbox showcase. Confirmed that Hollow Knight Silksong won't be tied to the release of the freshly revealed Xbox Ally. Okay, so it's not being released with this console. See, that was crazy for them to do. They showed an unannounced game, basically. I mean, everyone knows it's coming out eventually, but they showed an officially like dated game in their reveal. Like it's gonna be on it day 1 or something. That's so crazy. Silksong oh my gosh, fan base coping. I love it. Yeah, they really are. It's cool because you're going to be able to download natively and stream from the cloud, which means you can have the game and play on your own hardware, or you can play with cloud streaming, which is a great combo of both worlds. Because I know LG has a stream-only gaming handheld, which I don't really like. I like to be able to play offline with my games, so I think that's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, this is just an ROG Ally, which is I'm not saying it's a bad console, but it's just something we already have. This is just an Xbox branded version of that. But it's still cool. I like it. I think that honestly, like compared to the Steam Deck, like it's not a bad product. This is also, fun fact, going to be the first Xbox ever to have PlayStation exclusive games on it, because it's also going to be featured with Steam access. So, first PlayStation exclusive Xbox game or Xbox console. That's crazy. Kind of a win for Xbox, I would say. But as for the cancellation that you thought was going on, so it turns out Microsoft has reportedly canceled its long-rumored their in-house Xbox handheld to focus on the Asus ROG Ally X and Ally. So it looks like Xbox is no longer going to make their own handheld. They're only going to work with Asus now, which is probably, I guess that makes sense. But for a long time, they've been trying to develop their own console, and it looks like they're just not going to do that anymore, which is, I guess, fair. All right, let's go to our next fail. More Sony layoffs. Honestly, it's been kind of a W for Xbox lately and L's for Sony. I mean, Xbox has been doing their own layoffs, but not as much as Sony has. Another round of layoffs has been announced by Sony, this time targeting around 30% of Bend Studios' workforce. This comes before announcing a pivot to a new project, as Sony appears to be dissatisfied with their current live service game, Days Gone. If you guys don't remember, they just released a Days Gone remastered version, and it's like the same game, and people were clowning on it. Also, I didn't know this, but Bend Studio, the game that made Days Gone, is located out of Bend, Oregon, which is not far from where I am, which is crazy, and it makes me kind of sad that there are 30% of a company near me that just got laid off. So that's very disappointing. But that's what happens when you're under the Sony umbrella. It's crazy because Sony will be buying studios that were doing just fine without them and then just like start laying people off. It's honestly disgusting. Like, I'm not like Bend Studio was a thing that existed before Sony acquired them, and I'm not sure if they. There's a good argument to be made that they would all still be working there if they never got bought by Sony. So. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of buying a company. Like, if you can't keep everybody employed at that company, do not buy it. Just don't buy it. They're just trying to pillage the IPs from these companies. It's gross. I don't like it. It's bad business practice, if you ask me. Anyways, next up, do we have another win? No, we don't. We're going on to a story. Hogwarts Legacy 2 may be free to play. So, more job listings from Warner Bros. Games could give us another look at Hogwarts Legacy. We already talked about this. The Hogwarts Legacy sequel is rumored to be multiplayer because they've already had job listing leaks for a multiplayer centered position. But now the newest leak is showing listings with with them asking for someone with free-to-play gaming experience, further fueling the idea of a multiplayer live service title. And I said this last time, but I think this is a great idea. I really do think that Hogwarts Legacy, the first one, should have been multiplayer. And further than that, it should have probably been a live service game. Like, it should have been a game where like you can go to these Hogwarts classes and like become a student and like go through the years and graduate and stuff like that. And I think that'd be really fun. Like an MMO. Like, they really should have done something like that. It was a great opportunity for them to do so, and I think that's what they're going for this time. I don't think that's a bad idea. Most of the time, I will say that like live service games are dumb, they don't work, but there are people to this day who still play Gmod just to roleplay as Harry Potter characters, and roleplay as like Hogwarts students. And there are people who spend money to do that for these private servers. They pay for like premium access and stuff. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of demand for this exact Hogwarts experience. And I don't see how they can go wrong with it unless they just really drop the ball. Anyways, next story. Dave Bautista and his new IP. You guys know Dave Bautista, the guy who plays Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Writer for the indie game Stray and actor Dave Bautista are actually teaming up to create a new IP known as Cat Assassin. This stealth action game has you playing as a humanoid cat named Hugh as they fight a multitude of enemies in a neo-noir setting. There's no release date yet, footage or trailer, but it's honestly kind of cool, and it looks like they're really passionate about it. And from what I understand is Dave Bautista isn't just like the voice of it. He's not just like lending his I would say actor cred. He's like a producer. Like he's part of the mind behind this. So I'm hyped. I think this will be great. I'm excited to see where this goes. Big up Drax. Why is it so funny? Oh, okay. All right. Next story. Invincible Versus. Did you guys see this? Studio Quarter Up under Skybound Games announced a new fighting game about Invincible. The game is planned for 2026 on both PC and console. This shit looks hard, by the way. Let's take a look at the trailer. Likely mature 17 plus. Yeah, if you're under 17 right now watching this VOD, look away. Ask for parent permission, because this is about to get bloody.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Are you one of them? You're here, but
Some days, don't you just want to just explode? Am I right, fellas? That's me in traffic. Just I just want to blow up.
Had enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
I love the graphic style. I'm gonna actually get rid of closed captions so we can appreciate more of the visuals. There's something about it that looks both realistic and cartoonish at the same time. I don't really know how to say it. Like, it looks like animation, but it also looks like extremely high graphic fidelity. I understand that this is a cutscene, but still, it's so impressive. Like, it looks like it's in engine too.
Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you.
That's so cool. It's so bloody. 3v3.
Need a hand? Might want to look up.
Yeah, you like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
That's so fucking sick, dude. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's gonna be a banger. Yo, what's up, new homie? Welcome in, Thif Slade. Man, thanks for following. Your name is almost like someone with like a not a stutter, but like a lisp. What's up, Thif Slade? Hey, Thif. I almost feel like Daffy Duck saying that. I'm kind of hot. This style does go crazy. Like Gumball? Yeah, it does kind of look like, it does look like Gumball. That's a good point. Just Slade works. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I didn't really plan on calling you Thif. It's like, that's like if, what's the lion guy? Mike Tyson. That's like if Mike Tyson, the lion guy. That's like if Mike Tyson tried to say fifth. I'm over at Fifth Avenue. All right, next slide. Next slide. We're doing some gaming news right now. Let's talk about Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade just came to PC. A Legend Gooner game came to Steam with wild success. This game is known for its intense sex appeal and high octane action. Within just days, modders have already gotten to work with mods, and the top 10 of them are all NSFW. Classic. Who could have not seen this coming? But not to get all Asmongold-y. I mean, look at these numbers. I mean, like 188,000 people when I took the screenshot last night were playing it. At 24-hour peak, like it's peaking now. Like it could even go higher. Classic Steam community, right? It's from a game on Genesis classes to be or had to be abbreviated to 4 letters, so thief became thip. Oh, that's funny. Thip. So yeah, you know what? I just realized, Slade, if you get rid of the rest of the letters from Stellar, if you just take the S and you get rid of the B, it's Slade. Look at that. I don't really know anything about this game. I know it's like a PlayStation exclusive that came to PC. I don't really have any interest in playing it, but there's a lot to be said about sex appeal and like gaming and like success. I mean, let's just take a look at how sex sells games. I misspelled sells. I was tired when I made this. How sex sells games. The fact is, we are biased towards attractive characters, and it's not just men, but women too. Women want to play as cute women. I'll say it. I'll be the first to say it. You can crucify me if you want. Let's take a look at these games. Which one of these do you think have been successful, and which ones were bombs? Which one do you think bombed? Do you think, I mean, Overwatch, not doing so well anymore, but arguably like one of the biggest upsets in gaming history for its time. Back in like 2016, 2017, this game destroyed. This game was more popular than any other game of its year. And I mean, look at these cheeks. Tracer's cheeked the fuck up. Do you know how much Rule 34 exists of Overwatch characters? Like, they're doing something right. People are engaged, they're interested in the characters. Then you have Concord. I mean, you couldn't imagine a less attractive person in your life. You couldn't imagine one. I mean, she's got blue lipstick to make it look like she's fucking dead, like she's a corpse that's been frozen for 30 hours. She's extremely, she has no hourglass figure. She has just stocky body. The armor is meant to look almost like organs. Like, it's like very organ punk heavy, for lack of a better word. Like, what would you call this style? It's this gross green and like lighter, like baby poop green with a stupid little flag on the shoulder. Like, it's gross. It's gross. And I know it's just one character, but the rest of the characters look like this too. They're all ugly. If you look at Overwatch, there are some ugly characters for sure, but most of the characters in Overwatch are hot. When I play Uncharted, I like to play the game because Nathan Drake is hot, and I would vacuum his dick right off his body. Like, I mean, I want to play as the hot guy. I don't want to play as someone ugly. Look at Marvel Rivals. Did this game succeed? Of course it did. Look at their fucking characters. They're attractive. They're visually appealing. Like, it's not rocket science. I play the game for the plot. I don't think people are just buying the game for the story, just saying. No, probably not. I would call the style shit. Yeah, I think that's accurate. So you know how to redesign Faith. Is Faith not attractive enough? I think she looks cute. I think she looks sweet. I'm not trying to go for hot. I'm trying to go for like sweet, innocent. Anyways, I mean, look at Harley Quinn from Justice League Kill Suicide Squad, or Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I don't care. I'm not gonna play the fucking game. The game's stupid. I mean, this is probably the least attractive Harley Quinn we've seen. Can we agree on that? Like, she's not unattractive, but they've completely covered her face in white makeup to make her look like a corpse again. They've given, what did they do to it? Like, I mean, do I have to say it? She's flat. She's completely, she could be a boy. She really could be a boy. She could be transgender for all we know. Like, she could be a drag queen. I've seen drag queens with more assets than she has. I mean, oh, what did they do to my girl? It's not just her. All the characters are icky in that game. I don't like any of them. I think they all look gross. The Australian guy looks like he fucking shotgun cigarettes for breakfast. Like, he's gross. The character design is everything. You want to have characters that people want to play as, because people like to look. You have to look at them for hours and hours. You want to look at someone attractive. Looking at the back of Invisible Woman is a good experience. Seeing her from behind in a third-person view is not a bad experience. Kieran's, I know this sounds all very sus. I want to just go on the record and say that I don't play games for the sex appeal, but it's inarguable that it does make a difference subconsciously to everybody. It's not something that you have to like say out loud. You can just feel it. You just like most people when they grow up are just like, I want to play the cool character. I want to play the cute character. Like, that's just how it works. It's cinema, not gameplay. Let's go on to our gaming sin. We've been doing gaming sins. We're on our 4th sin of the week, and that's lust. I think there's nothing better, nothing more topical than lustful losers. For example, lust is arguably the most powerful gaming sin of all, which is why it's so important to be used responsibly. Ignore it completely, make your characters look gross and unappealing, and your audience will become disinterested. But lean on it too heavily, make them way too sexy, make them way too pornographic, and you might attract the wrong kind of attention. Most of us grew up picking the cooler, sexy characters before we ever focused on their utility, and most of the time it was subconscious. When you grow up and you're playing the fighting game with all the different characters, you don't know what any of them fucking do. You're gonna pick them based on how they look. You're gonna like, when I would play games with my little sister, she always picked the cute girl. That was what she always did. She was like, this character is cuter than that character, so I'm picking them. And that was her logic, and that's like, I know that's a very childish, very like noob point of view, but that's like how we all feel deep down inside. Some people, even still, like knowing like other characters have better utility than others, will still choose a character that maybe is a little bit worse but looks cooler, has better style to them, over the arguably better ugly character. It's just how we are. I feel dead deep down inside. You sound like my bot. Design is everything, and a careful balancing act must be maintained in order to achieve success. If this wasn't the case, then attractive people wouldn't be less likely to be convicted in court cases in what's known as a halo effect. Did you guys know that? That's a true fact. If you are an attractive person on trial, you are less likely to be convicted. It's crazy. Attractiveness is everything. And unfortunately, that's the reality of life. You will get better job interviews. You will get better promotions. You will get more, obviously more dating prospects if you're an attractive person. And I'm not saying that you should go out and try to be more attractive, but if you can help it, if you're making a character up out of nothing, then it helps to make them attractive, you know? Because then other people are subconsciously going to like the game. They're going to be interested in the game because they have cute girl or cool guy on the cover, right? If you see someone like, what was that Concord character that everyone made fun of? The fat one. I mean, that's all of them, but who's the really gross? This guy. Everybody clowned on this. Everybody clowned on this character. I mean, no one's gonna see this guy on the cover and be like, I want to play as him. I want to be that guy. Or girl. It could be either. I don't want to, non-binary, but come on. I mean, are we kidding? Are we kidding ourselves here? Do you want to play this over? Do you want to play this over? Oh, I hear it. Would you like? Hang on, let me pull up a picture. Oh, I kind of spoiled it a little bit there. Okay, all right. Tell me, do you want to play as this guy or do you want to play as this guy? Which one captures you more? I mean, this guy does have cool gun. He has cool gun and cool goggles. This guy, I don't know. He doesn't have cool gun. He just has menacing look. None of them. I don't know. Like I said, I would vacuum everything off of Nathan Drake. I would eat whipped cream off of him. All right. Let's move on. Let's go on to our community highlight of the week. Stefan's full procedural movement has no bugs. Oh Lord, yep. You know what's coming. I was really impressed by this. So he has a movement system where the character can walk around, but the body is like Jello on the top. Oh my god. Oh, so Stefan is a rare breed of human because he's making an entire video game in Unity that is working as an overlay for his Twitch streams. So that's what his character is. That he's a VTuber and it's all motion captured. It's so sick. He's such a smart guy and he's literally never bad at anything he does. I find him to be very impressive and I love to see the things that he works on. Even when they're goofy like this. Because you know that he's showing the goofiness first, but when it actually comes to his stream, when it's implemented, you know it's gonna be really polished and really exceptional. So I have nothing but respect for the guy. Do we have doubled audio again? Oh yeah, no we don't. Okay. Cool. It's annoying how talented he is, right? Like we should go and find him and beat him up. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm really trying to get at. We should we should go get that guy. He's too handsome too. That's another thing. It's not fair. On top of the whole handsome thing, we should also go and like disfigure him so he's less attractive. And then we have with the bread. Yeah. Let's go baguette him. I shouldn't end the VOD with a threat. He would probably pick me up and throw me. I know. That's actually the real reason why I want to fight Stefan. I want to be like, I want to go at him like, let's tussle, and then he throws me. I'm like, yes. Yay. As I just ragdoll. That's what I really want. I want to get beaten up by him. Alright, well let's say goodbye to YouTube. We didn't have a lot of community highlights this week because unfortunately everybody's finishing up university. There's some people that are graduating, but no one in my chat is graduating. Not this year at least. So bye YouTube.